Hey guys, you have McGann, and I'm kind of doing a test here to see if I bought official scissor slicer iron-on vinyl from Amazon. I've already got my heat press set up. It's on 305, set for 15 seconds. I will press it twice just for personal preference. Here is the information for my heat press. I know somebody will eventually ask that. And the reason I'm doing this is because I ordered what is called Scissor Easy Weed HTV on Amazon, 12 inches by 6 feet rolls. Oops, sorry, holding that way too low. And it came in this without any official scissor or sizer, I don't know which way it is, any branding on it. So I'm going to test it and see if it holds up to a shirt I did almost identical to this one. So let's get started. I am just gonna run this across it a little bit, make sure I've got no air bubbles or gaps I can't see. And you do want to make sure you have parchment paper or something in between these because you don't want this to melt up to the top of the heat press. I know you can't see it, but you're about to. Alright, and what I usually do at this point is I take this off. I'm going to take this off and I'm going to pull up down at the ends to see if it is sticking. And yes, it looks like it is sticking very nicely. Hopefully that is legit scissor brand vinyl. I'm going to press it one more time just to make sure everything's secure. I'm a little bit paranoid with that kind of thing. Let me turn the heat press off. And now be careful of the kind of vinyl you use because not all of them you can take off while it's hot, but this type you can if it is legit. And that came out pretty good. Well, a little piece did pull off, but it was a piece that I sat down there because it didn't, when I pulled up the vinyl, it pulled up that little tiny like circle piece. It was like, I don't know if you can see anything I'm doing. I've got such a small space. It was like this, but it was over here. And so I just tried to replace it with a piece from the hair and it didn't stick. So I'm not going to blame the vinyl on that. Okay, so now we have matching mother-daughter shirts. Mine is the sort of royal blue. This one's the lighter blue. They're both the, how do you say that, Glidden brand. And the only difference is that I know for sure this is scissor brand vinyl because I bought it from Michael's. And this one is the one that we're still testing. And as far as I can tell, like, this one feels a little bit thicker, if that makes sense. The one that I know is the Sizer brand feels a little bit thicker. But let's give it a wash test and we'll find out once and for all if they're equals. Okay, it's been a couple days since I recorded, so forgive me if I repeat myself, but both of these shirts have been through the wash now, and if I wasn't sure before, I am positive now that this is counterfeit vinyl that I got off of Amazon. Now, just in case you're curious or you have the opportunity to ask somebody what they're selling or get a photo, these are the two types I got. They were between $13 and $15. I can't remember which color was which, but I got 3 rolls of each because they were just so cheap. And they are 12 inches by 6 feet rolls, one in black, one in white. So for about $15 a roll, that's a really good deal because at Michael's you'll pay about $20 to get 36 inches. But this one was done with vinyl I bought from Michael's that is the Scissor or Sizer brand. And you can see hopefully that there's like a little bit of creasing and stuff, but overall it held up really well. To the contrary, the smaller one for my daughter, which is made in the exact same design, just with the Amazon vinyl that claimed to be scissor. And you can see, I mean, it looks like somebody took a box cutter to this thing. I don't know if you can see all the dimples, all the wrinkles, all the little puckering spots in here, but this shirt looks really bad. And there's also, where was it? I think it was somewhere up in here. It's really hard to see it. She dropped like a little dot of mustard on it and it didn't really wash out very good. You can still kind of see the outline of it. And there's multiple places where it looks like the vinyl is about to lift off of the fabric. I hope that this is showing up on film. Again, in real life, like when you actually see it, it's a huge difference between these two shirts. Like this one still feels like normal vinyl. You can see though, there are some places where I screwed up and just didn't weed pieces out I missed. That's on me though. Like there's a piece or two over here that I did the same thing, but again, this feels gritty. And I complained before that this one felt thicker than this one from Amazon, but now that they've been washed, I mean, this feels gritty. This feels like if I did this enough, it would take all the vinyl fibers off the shirt. So I don't really expect it to last long. And just to show you, it's not these two shirts. Like here's one with dark green scissor vinyl that I made for my husband. Let me lay it out. That might be easier. And you can tell with all the wrinkles, I have not repressed it or anything, but the vinyl is still like, it's really well attached on there. It's not wrinkly, it's not puckery, it's not bad looking at all. And then here's another Gildan shirt that I pulled out of the dryer with Bindi that I did with the black and white from Amazon. And again, it looks like somebody kind of took a box cutter to it. It just didn't cut through the vinyl. I mean, there's big, like, creasy gashes in it. It's puckering. And after the first time I washed it, this is the second time I've washed it. The first time I had to repress it because it just looked like crinkled all the way in the shirt. It looked awful. And you can see it just isn't seeming to accept the shirt fibers as well as the Sizer brand does. This stuff is definitely counterfeit. Again, one more time, let me show you these labels. It claims to be Scissor Easy Weed HTV, but it is a lie. If a price is too good to be true, there's probably a reason for that. And it's not because they're getting it wholesale and passing it on to you for wholesale, because then what's the point? If they aren't making any money, they aren't going to stay in business. So these are definitely counterfeit. Like I said, they're on Amazon. I'd love to tell you the seller and all that, but there's tons of them out there, so that doesn't really matter. The important thing is, if the deal's too good to be true, expect that it is. And I got suspicious the minute I didn't see any Scissor actual brand labels or any cardboard rolls to help keep the integrity of these vinyls while they're shipping. So my suspicions seem to be proven right. Again, I'm really not happy with this for the shirt quality, which is a shame because I was hoping to make some shirts for gifts for Mother's Day, but if you are saddled with this or you end up ordering counterfeit stuff by accident, I would definitely try to keep it away from shirts, but maybe if you're doing a canvas or a wall art project or something on glass, basically anything that's not going to get wet or messed with a lot, it would probably be okay, but I have not tested it for any types of purposes like that. But yeah, as for the shirt goes, let me come in one more time and hopefully the light will catch it. I'll even turn the light up some. Hopefully the light will catch enough of these dents and dents and dimples and such that you'll see it doesn't look very good. And I'm going to have to go repress it again and hope that it looks decent for another wear and wash. Whereas this one that I made with the actual Scissor White, it's still, I mean, it's got some issues. It didn't come out perfect. It's got a crease in it. And really though, that's it. It's got some creasing from getting tumbled around in the washer and dryer, but there's nothing lifting off the shirt. There's nothing that looks like, oh my gosh, this shirt looks really bad, but I cannot say the same for the one that was obviously the counterfeit brand. So I hope that's been helpful. Thank you for watching, and be careful what you purchase online.